Hi, so today I want to talk about elements of the exposure triangle, in particular shutter speed. And what is shutter speed? Shutter speed is how fast or how slow your shutter closes. And what does that mean and what does that do? So what that's going to do, it's actually going to determine how much light is going to get into your camera sensor and determine how bright or how dark it's going to be. And it's measured in speed. It's how much of a second that it takes. It could be 1 second, 1/10 of a second, 1/100th of a second. It's a speed. And some people will say high or low. It's really fast or slow, and that's technically what it is, but many people will say high or low and not fast or slow. But typically when someone's referring to it, when they say high, most people, if someone's giving you advice, something like that, and they use the word high shutter, they usually mean a much faster shutter speed. And when they say low, they usually mean slow. A slower shutter speed. And let's look at some examples of what that looks like with letting light into the camera to affect brightness through shutter speed. So we have an example here, and with this example we're at 1/400th of a second, and we're going to change just the shutter speed, none of the other elements of the exposure triangle, to see what that looks like. So here we have 1/1000th of a second and what that looks like. And at 1/1000th of a second, it got a good bit darker. So now once again, we're gonna change only one element, which is just the shutter speed again, and with it even faster to 1/5000th of a second. And you can see it gotten super dark, way underexposed. And that's just with this one setting, the shutter speed. So the reason that the first image was brighter and the last image was darker was because less light was able to get in because it's closing that shutter faster.